Good morning again, everybody. Welcome to the last week. This is the last week of the class. I guess technically we're going to keep going on. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. But this is definitely the last week of the videos because next week I'll be back in the school. You'll be home alone, not getting coronavirus. I'll be back in school, hopefully not getting coronavirus and getting everything together for your big award-winning graduation ceremony. So this is kind of our last week to be together. I want to talk today about unsolved mysteries. There are so many mysteries that just are in the mythos of humanity. Like, where is Jimmy Hoffa buried? Um, like, who is Jimmy Hoffa? And why are we all worried about where he is buried? These are mysteries mankind has never been able to solve. Who exactly did Lee Harvey Oswald assassinate? Was the president the only one on the grassy knoll that he assassinated? This is a terrible thing to think about, but that's one of the unsolved mysteries. Many such unsolved mysteries. Who was Jack the Ripper? Who was Lizzie Borden? These are mysteries, unsolved mysteries. We just don't know. Recent unsolved mysteries. Why is it called the Outer Banks when it was obviously filmed right down the street? Nobody knows the answer to these questions. And so I was thinking, like, fine, there's a lot of human questions, but there's also a lot of questions about other things that are important to us as humans, like cartoons. Cartoons and fake characters, fictional characters. Every little sub world has its own mysteries. For example, the Muppets. Okay, everybody's probably seen the Muppet Show or Sesame Street. You know, the little Muppets. You know, the kind of Kermit the Frog. Why does he never have to have water? Every time you see Kermit the Frog, he is out of water. Obviously, he is a frog. He is amphibious. He needs water. I can verify this. This is a true story. I used to work at Carrier Middle School, and Carrier Middle School was kind of, now it's called Dunes West, but back then it was just the middle of the woods. It was just the middle of this vacant, green, lush, almost jungle. So they just clear cut all of that and just put in a school. And so there were a lot of animals, I guess you could say, that weren't used to having buildings in their jungle. And so sometimes we would go in the morning and there would just be frogs all over the floor. Bright green frogs, maybe, an inch or two long. They would just be sitting at you looking on the floor. And I'll never forget the first time I saw one. I guess they were attracted to the light because the lights were on all night. So they would go in the light and they would crawl under the door and they would get in the school. But these frogs must have been used to water because it really freaked me out the first time I saw one. It was right in the middle of the hallway. It was a green frog. It was looking right up at me. And I wanted to put him back outside. I didn't want him to stay in the school. So I was going to kind of nudge him back toward the door. So I took my foot and I kind of nudged him a little bit, expecting him to kind of be like, oh, I got to go back out to the door. And I was going to let him out. Instead, this thing just zoomed across the floor like it was a plastic bottle top. It was crazy. It was totally dehydrated. It had dried out. There was nothing. It was light. It was like everything that was made out of water on this frog was gone. It was like made out of paper mache or something. It was creepy. But here's the mystery. Why doesn't that happen to Kermit the Frog? I don't know. We don't know. It's another mystery. Other such mysteries. Disney cartoons. Everybody knows Disney cartoons. Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse. How are they the same size? How is a mouse the same size as a duck? How is a duck the same size as a dog? How is one dog like Goofy able to function? And how is one dog like Pluto just a dog? Those things never made sense to me as a kid. They still don't make sense to me now. The clothing situation in Disney cartoons is just bizarre. You got Mickey Mouse who wears pants and no shirt. You got Donald Duck who wears a shirt and no pants. You have Goofy, the dumbest dog, and he's got the whole getup on. He's got shirts, pants, suspenders, boots. He's got it all. What is going on there? How can you have an animal wear a shirt and no pants? It's almost as even weirder than that is Yogi Bear. Yogi Bear has a hat and a necktie, and that's it. If these people were people, it would freak you out. Those are some very strange dress codes. It actually reminds me of some high school dress codes that I've seen. Another one, SpongeBob. He's a sponge. Why is his name SpongeBob? That'd be like calling me Human Stallings. We don't do that. Maybe in the sponge world, I guess they do. Looney Tunes always freak me out because here in Looney Tunes, you have animals. You got Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck. Then you've got humans. There's Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam. And I always try to think, like, what if this was taking place in real life? You know how now they're starting to make real life versions of cartoons like Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin? If they did that with Bugs Bunny, Yosemite Sam and Bugs Bunny would just be a cowboy with a big, long, droopy mustache and some guns and a little tiny bunny rabbit, like just all hyped up on sugar, I guess. It'd be very, very strange. Another thing about Looney Tunes, Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Wile E. Coyote is obsessed with catching the scrawny Roadrunner. And I've seen pictures of a Roadrunner in real life. Roadrunners are the size of, birds. Coyotes are the size of, coyotes. But in this cartoon, they were exactly the same size. But the Roadrunner had no meat on his bones. But the coyote still wanted to eat him. And in order to try to capture him and eat him, he would order probably hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, missiles, tornado pills, electric ray guns, Batman flying suits. It was like there was like he had an unlimited line of credit to get whatever he needed from the Acme Corporation. Why didn't he just use that credit to buy some food? Go to Hardee's, man. You can get everything you want. Unsolved mysteries mankind has never been able to solve. Finally, Scooby-Doo, maybe the most mind-blowing of all. I didn't understand Scooby-Doo. He is treated in this cartoon like he is a moron, like he's a dope, like he can't solve the mystery, he's afraid, he's going right when he should go left, he should go left when he goes right. Come on, Scoob! They're always yelling at him, he doesn't know anything. But the dog can talk. He says things. If he wants a Scooby snack, granted, it's a rudimentary sort of language, but he obviously can communicate. He's talking. If your dog could talk, it would be the smartest dog on the face of the earth. But in the cartoon, he's an idiot. What's going on there? I don't know. Do you? Maybe. Think about it. And let us know. Let us know in the comments. What are your unsolved mysteries about cartoons that you've never been able to figure out? I would be interested to know. Let's chat about that today. All right, as always, thank you for listening. Stay tuned. Just 4 more of these to go. Continue to stay negative, and hopefully we'll talk at you soon. Bye-bye now.